Hello, this is Cindy with Affaircare, and first I wanted to say welcome to our video blog. This particular time we are choosing to do a video blog because we are going to be introducing a new product and a new program, and in the spirit of introduction, I thought it would be fun if I introduced myself. I introduced the new thing we have coming, and then introduced some of our basic concepts to get things started. So, first, let me just say, I'll introduce myself. Hi, I'm Cindy from Affaircare. I've been writing this blog since about 2007, and I myself was a loyal spouse in my first marriage. So I do understand from the loyal spouse point of view how, the entire world has been devastated. Everything you built your world on has broken up and crumbled. And now you don't know how to go forward. What do you do? What are the best things you can do so that you have the best chance to save your marriage? And then in 2004, right in there, I met my current dear hubby, and we were married in 2006, so we've been together for many, many years, and I am saddened to say that in my second marriage, I was a disloyal spouse. So I also do understand from the disloyal point of view when a disloyal spouse says, well, it sort of happened. And it's a slippery slope, and you don't realize at first that you're sliding into something inappropriate. And I know a lot of times loyal spouses just cannot understand. How did you not know that it was wrong? But there are a lot of little lines that you cross. And at some of the first little lines, it is a little confusing as to whether it's really a healthy boundary or not, or whatever. So although I feel regretful that happened, I also think God has used it for good to allow me to minister effectively to both loyal and disloyal spouses, and I'm very grateful for that. And then second, let me introduce our new item that we're going to be bringing about. It's a 90-day program to help save your marriage after an affair. Now, unlike some people, who they have a product and they say, work my program and we guarantee you your marriage will be saved. You know what? That's not the way it works. In real life, if there just aren't guarantees. In real life, you may be more than willing to try to work and save your marriage, and your spouse just isn't willing to even try. Or your spouse may be trying, to save the marriage and doesn't understand that because of what they chose, they've actually destroyed it, and that they don't just automatically get another chance. I mean, well, we'll talk about that a little more later. But so we're doing a 90-day program that's going to be, the best option on things you can do to learn about marriage. How do people become married? How to strengthen your marriage? How to recover after an affair? Kind of go through step by step so that you have the best chance to reconcile after an affair. However, we also are aware that there are instances when it's just not possible, like I mentioned. So in that instance, it's the best possible steps you can take to recover yourself and move forward. So that's our little program. It's we're calling it 90 Days to Save Your Marriage and Save You. So then finally, I wanted to start this introduction with an introduction to our basic concepts. So our most basic concept is that we view the love in a marriage like a campfire. And there are things that you can do that will stoke the fire and make it hotter. We call those things love kindlers. Just like adding fuel to a fire will make it burn hotter and brighter and warmer. Likewise, if you add love kindlers to your marriage, it will make the love grow. Then there are actions that people can do it's like dumping some water on a fire. We call those extinguishers, the love extinguishers. And those would be things that, they start to put out the love in your marriage. They can be little things like a little cup of water. They can be, like a dribbling hole that kind of just, you don't realize it's a big thing, but gradually it leaks a whole bucket onto the fire. Or it can be like dumping a big old bucket and it's putting out the fire immediately. And that's pretty much what an affair is dumping a big old water on your fire. So, the first concept, how do people fall in love? So first, when a couple first meets, there really are no love extinguishers. A lady, she's going to fix her hair, put on some makeup. She's going to try to look nice. She's going to try to smell nice. They're going to put forth some effort to present themselves well. And likewise, we try to look attractive, try to wear clothing that, accentuates the positive, that kind of thing. And same for the guys, right? They put on some cologne, they comb their hair, and even if, if you're a couple and you're wearing jeans, you're going to put on your nice clean jeans. You look good for each other. You're going to do some things that are fun together, right? Not things that are boring and horrible, but things that you're laughing together, dancing, having fun, whatever your idea of fun is. Also, you're going to be doing things that are like you will sit and want to spend time together. You can't wait to be together. Do you remember that feeling? How you could not wait till they called you. You'd sit by the phone and wait for them, right? Remember that? When she would talk, he would like gaze at her with that look in his eye, like, "Yay, I love listening to you," and didn't interrupt. And likewise, when he would talk to her, she would just think he was the smartest, laughingest. You know what I mean? You take the time, and there's no love extinguishers because you're putting forth your best effort. So you can see how pretty easy it is to fall in love. You start off with, there's a little bit of a fire. You keep adding more and more and more. We both like to go do this. We like to talk to each other. And pretty soon, the fire's blazing. And that's when it's really blazing, that's when you get married. Okay? Now, a lot of times people, the first year of a marriage can be pretty hard because what happens is it's the introduction of extinguishers. Okay, now extinguishers are usually little things like hanging the toilet paper upside down, squeezing the tube of toothpaste in the middle, leaving the dishes on the counter, or your makeup is all over the bathroom sink, right? Little stuff. That's the ones, remember I was telling you about. It's like a little drip in the bucket, but gradually it drops a whole bucket on the fire. Enter a few more. Here's maybe the wife is not as great with her money. She just, when she's had some, she spent it. And the husband he's a little accountant, and he wants to invest and save, and she's like, but we have money so I can spend it, right? And that kind of tends to put out the fire a little bit. Then a couple of years down the road, kids are born, and wife gains a little weight and starts wearing sweats, and he's like, it's not like he finds her unattractive, but he thinks, gee, it'd be nice to see her dressed up again. And so he goes off to work, and he doesn't spend much time with her at home, and she would he comes home and she's trying to talk to him, and he's like, I'm tired, leave me alone. And sure enough, then at night he wants sex, and she's like, are you kidding? You don't even want to talk to me. Why would I want to have sex with you? So you see what I mean? Extinguishers, extinguishers, extinguishers. And maybe it's not like the fire's out, but best case scenario, they're balancing out. You add some, but then you take away some. So it's not really growing. Okay. So then here is how affairs start. What will happen is the other person, the disloyal spouse, will meet the other person in some place that they have something in common. So very, very typical spots, they might meet each other at work. They might meet at a college class they're both taking together. Or maybe it's an old boyfriend or old girlfriend, and they find each other on Facebook. So they have something in common like that. And it's similar to how the couple fell in love in the first place. There's no extinguishers, right? I'm going to use the example they met at work because that's pretty typical. So they're at work, and let's say it's a lady that's at work, and the other person is a junior executive that works under her, and he's sharp. He's coming to work every day, looking pretty good. He's got his intellect engaged. He maybe will come and ask her intriguing questions that keep her engaged, right? And pretty soon, there's no extinguishers going on. So one day, the junior executive says just a compliment like, "Wow, that report you gave was fantastic. I can't believe how smart you are." And what happens is the disloyal will say, someone kind of thought well of me. Yay. And usually people will think, oh, that's a pretty healthy boundary to think that others think well of you or whatever. But what happens is gradually little boundaries are crossed that may not at first seem inappropriate, such as they will sit and talk to each other, about the certain report that they have to work on together. Then they start having lunch together to go over this report that they have to work on together. Then they start calling each other a lot to discuss this report that they have. And you can see how it's kind of gradually building. And at the same time, part of the disloyal spouse is feeling a little bit thrilled that someone is interested, or they think that they're neat. They think that the disloyal will feel happy. I call that the affair-zing, because it's like a little bit of a dopamine, a brain chemical is released, and that's the same thing that happens when you first fall in love. That little dopamine boost, that thrill that we all get, the butterflies in the stomach, and excited to see the other person. So a little bit of that will start, and they want more and more of that. And unfortunately, at the same time, the loyal spouse doesn't know anything about that. So they're continuing with even if they were balanced, what little bit of love extinguishers they were doing. So they might continue to have the junk all over the bathroom or the toilet paper upside down. And it's sort of, the disloyal spouse will sort of start to compare. Well, gee, she doesn't want to have anything to do with me, and this other person at work kind of does. Or the lady at work, right? She's going to say, this guy is sharp and recognizes how sharp I am, and my husband thinks I'm a ditz and keeps telling me I can't figure out how to spend money, right? So pretty soon they're kind of comparing, and they think, well, what my spouse doesn't know won't hurt him. I'll just keep it a secret, and then the whole thing just collapses, and you can see how the affair gets started. So these are our basic concepts: that love is like a campfire, that when you add things, that's a kindler. When you do actions that will build the love, that would be a love kindler. When you do actions that will decrease the love, that's a love extinguisher. And some of the other little basic concepts, like the affair often starts with someone who does not have extinguishers at the time, but they are pouring on the kindlers. They've met at a thing that is a common interest usually, and there's the sort of addictive reaction of that, like the brain chemistry of love going on. So these are some of our basic concepts we're going to be going over, and how you can address them and how to deal with them. So this week we're going to be going over the love kindlers. There's 7 of them, what they are, giving some examples and everything, and then we'll go from there. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you found it enjoyable. If you would just add a comment, have a question, or share your aha moment in our comments. We look forward to hearing from you. And again, thanks so much for watching. Bye.